I've always found film photography fascinating. The first SLR I ever got my hands on was a Pentax K1000 while studying photography at school. We had 3 cameras and we were supposed to share the cameras and the roll of HB5 between the groups we had been put in. Upon picking up the camera, I felt this overwhelming feeling as if I'd been awoken from a digital dream. In the excitement, I spent the whole roll of 36 shots without sharing with anyone. I knew from that day on that I needed to get my own SLR. A few months later, after searching eBay for a reasonably priced SLR, I got a call from my uncle, and he offered me my dad's old Canon AE1 from the late 70s. Unfortunately for my wallet, my love of film hasn't stopped there, and I've bought many camera systems over the past few years. Because I have picked up a lot of legacy glass over the years, and due to the short flange distance on mirrorless cameras, it makes it really easy for me to adapt the old glass onto my Olympus EM5 Mark II. I get a lot of enjoyment from these old lenses, and I thought I'd share one of them with you today. It's the Helios 44, an old Russian Zeiss Biotar copy. But before the review can begin, here's a brief history lesson. After the revolution in Russia in 1917, Russia wanted to catch up with the West's technological power. The company, later known as Lomo, partnered with Zeiss Optics in Jena and Dresden, Germany. Originally, the partnership were going to work on microscopes together, but a few blueprints and prototype camera lenses slipped into the hands of the Soviets. Fast forward to the end of the Second World War, Russia pushes to Berlin and takes control of the east side of Germany. On the way to Berlin, though, the Russians took control of Dresden, home to one of Zeiss's factories. Later, this would become the home of Pentagon, who produced many cameras such as Praktika and Contax. Many Zeiss lens designs were found in the factory in Dresden and were shipped back to Russia. KMZ and MMZ both made the most amount of Helios 44 lenses. There are many series of Helios 44, such as the Helios 44B, the 44-2, and the 44D. There wasn't much of a difference in design. All the elements were exactly the same, it was just a different lens mount. Now to the lens itself. It's a 58mm f2. Like other Russian lenses, it's a bit of a cult classic due to the accessibility and the low price online. It also has a very distinct look to the images it produces. The bokeh can be quite sharp, but swirly or mushy depending on the light and the separation from the subject to the background. The lens I bought is a little bit temperamental. It can be very soft or incredibly sharp and contrasty if I nail the focus right. This is more difficult than it sounds, mainly because my copy likes to wobble and rattle around a lot. On my Olympus EM5 Mark II, the focal length is the equivalent of a 116mm on a 35mm camera, which is a bit of an odd focal length. I picked up mine in chrome in an M39 mount. Unfortunately, the previous owner decided to glue an M42 adapter onto the lens, which now means that I can't focus to infinity. This doesn't bother me too much as I like to close focus on most subjects. The lens itself features 2 aperture rings, one of which limits the lens while the other one steplessly transitions between apertures. My lens has 9 blades, although I have found some online which have 13. Even though I only have 9 aperture blades in mine, the bokeh balls are still quite round when stopped down. In my opinion though, you really wouldn't want to stop this lens down at all. It screams to be shot wide open. While writing this review, I found that the lens is very easy to modify, which makes this lens even more interesting. Some of the modifications can even make the bokeh more swirly, the aperture blades a different shape, or even extend the focal length of the lens. I do enjoy making these videos and I hope you enjoy watching them, so if you want me to make more videos a bit like this, let me know down below, do the thing with the buttons, and hey, here's a little game for you. Wonder how long it'll be until you open up eBay looking for your very own Helios 44.